Namaste viewers. So today we are going to talk about the importance of irrigation in farming. So irrigation is a very important aspect for farmers to have a good harvest. The farmers were very much dependent on the monsoon. So Krishi Parashara had mentioned detailed techniques on forecasting rainfall in his text. The techniques were basically based on the positions of the sun and the moon in the sky, obviously. Brihat Samiti, which was written by Vahamitra in 505 to 587 AD, has also mentioned about predicting the rainfall based on the lunar mentions. In Rig Veda, the water channelization from rivers to the farmlands has been established as a means of irrigation. Arthashastra has mentions of a pair, the sluice gates to control the flow rates and the water levels of irrigation tanks. In the earlier videos, we have talked about how to prepare the soil in Vedic Krishi and what is the importance of ploughing in the Vedic Krishi. So in this video series of Vedic Krishi, I am going to tell you a text that mentions the importance of water measurement. It says that there are 96 adhakas or kalasas when the sun enters the zodiac signs like Cancer, Aquarius, Scorpio and Libra. The agriculture operations should be then carried out after measuring the annual quantity of water by the measurement. Irrigation during the Vedic period was given very distinct importance. Reason being, without a proper irrigation supply, all the efforts of the farmers will go in vain. The agriculture, being a very important livelihood during the time, cannot afford to lose in harvesting. The sages believed that the rainfall depended on the ancient gods, zodiac signs and nakshatras. Hence, they envisaged many knowledge to impact the farmers for adopting these guidelines, which can help them reap benefits in the form of high-yielding and healthy harvest for the people. Now, let's come to the importance of river in irrigation. The earliest mentions of irrigation were found in Rig Veda. They also mention Kupa and Avata wells from where the water is drawn by Vavatra, rope strap and Chakra, that is the wheel that pulls the water. It was stated that once the well is dug, it is always full of water. Then the water is channelized through the Surmi Susira, that is the broad channels, and from there into the Khanitrima, that is the diverting channels into the field. The Rig Veda has also mentioned about the river Sindhu, that is the Indus River, and its two courses, easterly and westerly. So easterly stream catered to Punjab and its nearby places, whereas westerly course catered to Kabul and its nearby places. It is described as the Vajnavati, that is the embodiment of food. Rig Veda has also given great importance to river Saraswati, which is said to originate from Shivalik range and gets disappeared in the land of Vinasana. It is the subsoil portion where the river flows, making the soil more fertile. It changes its course 5 times in its entire flow till it falls into the Arabian Sea. River Saraswati, during its course, sustains great irrigation from Punjab to Sindh, including Rajasthan and Saurashtra. River Saraswati not only helps in moisturizing the surface soil, but also helps to maintain the water levels in the subsoil due to its change in courses. And this has helped to a great extent for the farmers in those regions to have a very yield harvest. Now coming to the artificial irrigation. So what is artificial irrigation? For artificial irrigation, there are mainly 2 types. One was from the well irrigation and the other was from the store water from the rain, and then the water is fed to the field by a pulley system with a bucket. The bucket is stated as drone, the wooden bucket obviously. Irrigation by dams or reservoirs was later mentioned in Yajur Veda period. Kausika Sutra of Atharvaveda has described the canal irrigation and its large-scale benefits for cultivating crops. The irrigation is essentially required for these crops during the Vedic period. The crops which are usually required are barley, sesamum, beans, pulses, millets, and wild rice, wheat, and lentil. These crops are considered life-sustaining elements and are called dhana during that period. Irrigation was specially required to produce harvest. These crops were in large amount to satisfy people's need and other purposes. Rainfall and forecasting. So as rainfall is the main source of irrigation, Krishi Parashara has mentioned many texts to have knowledge of the rainfall in different seasons. So in the month of Pausa, that is the month of December and January, the prediction of rainfall is done by the wind, the course of wind. Wind from the north or west indicates rainfall, and if the wind is from the east or south, it indicates drought. To know the direction of the wind flow, the farmers put up a flag to a post. It is also stated that there is a shower in the month of Pausa, then they will receive rainfall for the next 7 months. It is also mentioned that the rainfall or the sight of clouds on a Megha Saptami is also believed to be very auspicious, and there will be a good amount of rainfall in that year. Now coming back to the Falguna month, that is the month of February and March, which will receive rainfall when the sun enters the stays in Aquarius under the Rohini Nakshatra. It is said that there is a heavy rainfall in that time. The farmers should plant a post in the bed of the river at night on the first day of the bright sun or moon in Vaishaka, that is the month of April and May. The farmers should then read the level of water in the morning. If the water level increases, then there will be a good amount of rainfall. If there will be an absence of clouds in the Chitra, Swati and Vaishaka nakshatras in the month of Jeshta, that is the month of May and June. If it rains in Shravana, that is the month of July and August, under these very nakshatras, then the year may be blessed with a good rainfall. In Ashadha, that is the month of June and July, a good rainfall is expected in the wind flows from east or northwest. Then there will be a good rainfall as well. In Shravana, the rainfall under the Rohini Nakshatra is considered auspicious. So in Shravana, rainfall under the Rohini Nakshatra has also mentioned the rainfall predictions through the movement of planets in the zodiac signs. That is the Mars, the Saturn. If they pass from one zodiac sign to another, rainfall is a must. And Jupiter under the Swati Nakshatra promises heavy clouds filled with rain. So this was all for today's video, and I hope you liked it, and I hope you find it informative as well. We'll be back with more videos. Please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe.